This video is about an injured cat, which some viewers might find upsetting. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello, I'm Emily. When our neighbors moved to Bangkok, they brought with them their cat called Satang. Satang is male, and because he wasn't neutered, he did his maleness with the feral cats around here. I have 2 of his kittens in my bedroom behind me, but that's another story. Satang roamed the streets day and night. We persuaded our neighbors to let us get him neutered, but what followed wasn't what we expected. We gave our neighbors a cat box and they caught him, but when they brought him to us, the box was covered in blood, as he'd had some kind of accident and was very badly injured. Straight away, we took him to our regular vet, Dr. Batawi. We hadn't seen Satang's injuries properly through the box. This was the first time. He said he thought Satang had been electrocuted as his mouth and tongue were badly burnt, and he thought poor Satang probably wouldn't survive as his throat and stomach would be badly burnt by the shock too. Dr. Batawi couldn't do any more to help, so we took Satang home. A few months ago, I asked my parents if I could turn my bedroom into an animal rescue. They said yes. Under my bunk bed, I have 2 cages. One is currently home for an orphan kitten called Snowflake. The other was empty, so we put Satang there and tried to feed him and clean him up while we thought about the situation and figured out a plan. We kept on thinking about Satang's throat and stomach being burned. Satang wouldn't be able to eat properly ever again. We tried to help him drink water and milk with a syringe, but wasn't sure it was going down his throat. It became clear the next plan should be to have more examinations, and Mum asked around. An animal hospital was recommended to us by a friend in our street that also has a cat, and it wasn't that far away too. A vet called Dr. Tuk examined Satang and said he hadn't actually been electrocuted. He'd been hit by a car, and by carefully touching around his face, discovered he had a broken jaw. Dr. Tuk said Satang needed a specialist operation by an orthopedic surgeon and a lot of aftercare, and recommended a hospital that could perform the surgery. Satang had lots of examinations. An X-ray showed he did indeed have a broken jaw. At least the good news was his insides were healthy. We booked him in for the operation to fix his jaw, which was in a few days' time. Meanwhile, the vets would give him oxygen as he had difficulty breathing, and pain medication and fluids. When the day of Satang's operation came, the surgeon said as he was having so much difficulty breathing, she thought it best not to perform the operation. It was too dangerous for his breathing, so they just looked after him, gave him fluids and food each day instead. But as the hospital was so far away, after a week, we thought we could bring him over to Dr. Tuk, as she can look after him really well too, and it's nearby, so we can visit Satang every day. give Satang a wash before we left. Dad had brought along an open box, so we wouldn't have to squeeze him into the regular carrying box. This turned out to be the best plan, and Satang didn't try to climb out and was content to lie inside and relax all the way home in the taxi. Dad said he had a really good feeling about Dr. Tuk and her animal hospital. He could tell she was both highly skilled and loved animals. He said when both go together in a vet, often hopeless situations can have happy outcomes. Dr. Tuk said if he pulled through and recovered, he would still need assistance eating and drinking for the rest of his life. He'd also have to stay indoors. That's the story so far. Dr. Tuk told us Satang is doing okay in the first day and night back at her hospital, and we'll go and see Satang later this evening. Thanks for watching. Be safe.